हेलो बच्चों, जैसे मैंने आपको प्रॉमिस किया था कि ट्रिग्नोमेट्री की पूरी सीरीज लेके मैं आऊंगा। हमने पहले फ्यू लेक्चर्स के अंदर 22nd चैप्टर पूरा कंप्लीट किया। टुडे विल अंडरस्टैंड थिंग्स अबाउट 23rd chapter. This is very interesting. This is going to be very helpful for you here onwards when you go to 10th grade or 11th grade. This entire session is going to be very important. So understand very carefully. So we will try to establish today three basic identities of trigonometry, which is sine square theta plus cos square theta is always 1, cosec square theta minus cot square theta also is always 1, sec square theta minus tan square theta is always 1, sin theta upon cos theta is tan theta, and cos theta upon sin theta is cot theta. We already know cosec theta is 1 upon sin theta, sec theta is 1 upon cos theta, and cot theta is 1 upon tan theta. So anyways, we will understand these things. And in second part, I will try to make you understand about the values of sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec and cot of 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Okay. So I will draw a basic triangle A, B, C. I will name this angle as theta. Now this side I will call it as a perpendicular side or opposite side to theta. This side I will call it as base B or adjacent side to theta, and this I will call it as H, which is hypotenuse. Okay. So now we know by definition sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse, that is P upon H, and cos theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse, which is B upon H. So let us say what would be sine square theta plus cos square theta. It will be P square upon H square plus B square upon H square. Yes or no? Now H square is common down. P square plus B square. Now in this right angle triangle, can I say by Pythagoras theorem P square plus B square is H square? So P square plus B square is H square upon H square is 1. That's why sine square theta plus cos square theta is always going to be 1. इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि साइन स्क्वायर 30 प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर 30 1 होगा, साइन स्क्वायर 28 डिग्रीज प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर 28 डिग्रीज भी 1 होगा, साइन स्क्वायर 15 डिग्रीज प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर 15 डिग्रीज भी 1 होगा. Understood the concept? So this is the first identity, sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So I have shown you why it is 1. So you don't have to always by heart. You just by heart this identity and then just do the sums. So now you're convinced why sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Next identity in the same triangle. So this is P, this is B, this is H. I know P square plus B square is H square. So next identity is sec square theta minus tan square theta is 1 always. This is the second identity. So what do we do in this? Sec theta. Sec theta is what? Hypotenuse upon adjacent, h upon b. Tan theta is what? Opposite upon adjacent, that is p upon b. So sec square theta minus tan square theta can be written as h square upon b square minus p square upon b square. So b square in denominator is common, h square minus p square. So by Pythagoras theorem, h square minus p square is b square. So I can write h square minus p square as b square upon b square is 1. That's why sec square theta minus tan square theta is always 1. Which means sec square 45 minus tan square 45 will be always 1. As long as these two angles are same, always sec square theta minus tan square theta will be always 1. So this is the second identity. Third identity is cosec square theta minus cot square theta is 1. So again, this is theta, this is p, this is b, this is h. What is cosec theta? Cosec theta is hypotenuse upon opposite side, which is h upon b, and cot theta is adjacent upon opposite, which is b upon b. So what will be cosec square theta minus cot square theta? It will be h square upon h upon p, p square minus b square upon p square. P square in denominator is common, h square minus b square. H square minus b square by Pythagoras theorem is always p square. So this will be p square upon p square is 1. That's why cosec square theta minus cot square theta is always 1. So we learned three identities which we need to apply in the numericals that we solve. Cosec square theta minus cot square theta is 1. So these are the three basic identities which we normally would require to use in any numerical. Now, another thing is, let us try to establish, I'll make a table here, sine 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. So these are the standard, some standard angles of which we should directly know the values by heart, but by heart not just by simply mugging them. I will show you how. If you don't remember, then you can basically derive those. And if you do this derivation 1 or 2 times yourself, I'm sure that you will never forget. Okay. So 0 and 90 I will show you separately. First, let us find out 30, 45 and 60. So let us find out, deduce the values for 45 degrees. So this is 45 degrees, which means this also will become 45 degrees. Which means if this side is K, this side also will be K because it's an isosceles triangle, 45, 45. So these two sides will be same. By Pythagoras theorem, wouldn't this become root 2K? Because K square plus K square, let us say A, B, C, is AC square. So 2K square is AC square, which means AC becomes square root K. Right? Now let us apply. What is sine 45? Opposite upon hypotenuse, which is K upon root 2K, which is 1 upon root 2. What is cos 45? Adjacent upon hypotenuse, which is K upon root 2K, which is again 1 upon root 2. What is tan 45? Tan 45 is opposite upon adjacent, which is K upon K, which is 1. So we could find tan 45 degrees values now, which is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, tan is 1. Now cosec is a reciprocal of sine, so it will become root 2. Again sec is a reciprocal of cos, it will become root 2. Cot is a reciprocal of tan, it will become 1. So now we know cos 45, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2, tan 45 is 1, cosec 45 is root 2, sec 45 is root 2, cot 45 is 1. Okay. Now let us try to deduce the angles 30 and 60 degrees. For that, I will draw an equilateral triangle. Right? ABC. And I will drop a perpendicular from here. Now, we have learned in our 8th grade, 9th grade earlier in triangles that these two triangles become congruent. So which means let us say this side was A, this side was A. This holds because it's an equilateral triangle. This is 60 degrees, this is 60 degrees. Now these two triangles become congruent, which means this will become 30, this will become 30, this will become A by 2 and this will become A by 2. And the altitude of a equilateral triangle is root 3 by 2a, because if I apply Pythagoras theorem to this triangle ABD, is going to be a square plus a by 2 square is AD square, which means a square plus a square by 4 is AD square, which means, sorry, a square, AD square is a square minus, so this will be minus. So 4a square minus a square upon 4 is AD square, which means 3a square by 4 is AD square, which means AD is root 3a by 2. So that's how this altitude is. So now we could establish a triangle which gives us 60 degrees, 30 degrees and 90 degrees. So I will take one of the triangles. Let us say ADC. So I will take triangle ADC. Out of that triangle, this was 60, this was 30, this was A, this become A by 2 and this was root 3 by 2A. So what is sine 30? Sine 30, opposite upon hypotenuse, that is A by 2 upon A, which is 1 by 2. What is cos 30? Cos 30 is adjacent upon hypotenuse, which is root 3 by 2A upon A, which is root 3 by 2. What is tan 30? Tan 30 is opposite upon adjacent, A by 2 upon root 3 by 2A, which is 1 upon root 3. Okay, which means I could find out the values of sine 30 establishing that triangle. This was root 3 by 2. This was 1 by root 3. Cosec is reciprocal of sine. Sec is reciprocal of cos. And cot is reciprocal of tan. So I could find out the values of sine 30 degrees, cos 30, tan 30, cosec, sec and cot 30 also. So now in the same triangle, I can find out sine 60. So what is sine 60? Sine 60 is opposite upon hypotenuse, which is root 3 by 2 upon A, which is root 3 by 2. What is cos 60? Cos 60 is adjacent upon hypotenuse, which is A by 2 upon A, which is half. And what is tan 60? Opposite upon adjacent, root 3 by 2A upon A by 2, which is root 3. So now I could find out the values of sine 60, cos 60 and tan 60. So this is root 3 by 2, this is half, this is root 3. Cosec is reciprocal of sine, so 2 by root 3. Sec is reciprocal of cos 2. Cot is reciprocal of tan, 1 by root 3. So basically now we know sine 30, 45 and 60, all the cosine, all the trigonometrical ratios. Let us try to find out about 0 and 90. It's going to be a little interesting. So for 0 and 90, let me take a standard. I will take this as theta, this is 90. Okay, A, B, C. This is B, this is P, this is H. Now, for this angle to be 0, what's going to happen? If this angle has to be 0, which means my this hypotenuse has to actually keep on coming down, like it has to come down like this. So when this hypotenuse will tend to merge with B, जब ये एच बी से मिल जाएगा और पी जीरो को टेंड करेगा, so the angle, this angle will tend to 0, which means when this angle becomes 0, what happens? This h will actually merge with b, which means h will become b, and this p will become 0. Try to understand with this analogy. It will not never become 0, because if it becomes 0, it will not remain a triangle, but it will come very close to 0. So I can with this analogy can find out the angles, the trigonometric ratio of 0 angle. So what is sine 0? Opposite upon hypotenuse, which is p upon h. Now p has tending to become 0, so 0 upon h will become 0. So sine 0 will become 0. Let's try to see cos 0. So cos 0 is what? B upon h. Now h has actually merged, is tending to merge with b, so it becomes equal to b. So cos 0 becomes 1. And tan 0 is p upon b. Again, b is tending to 0, so this also will be 0. So now I could find these values of sine 0, cos 0 and tan 0. So sine 0 was 0, cos 0 was 1, tan 0 was 0. Now cosec is a reciprocal of sine, 1 upon 0 not defined. Sec is reciprocal of cos 1. Cot is reciprocal of tan, 1 upon 0 not defined. Right? Some people write it as not defined or infinity. That's also okay. So not defined is the correct way to represent. Now let us come to 90. So what happens when it is 90 degrees? Let us try to do the same analogy that we did in 0. This is B, this is P, this is H. Now when this angle tries to become 90, which means now this B will tend to become 0, because when this thing becomes like this, 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 and then when this comes here, then this angle actually will become 90 degrees. Which means in this case, B is tending to 0. I cannot say 0, tending to 0, and uh, P and H will merge. So P will become equals to H. So can I say in that case sine 90 is P upon H, but P is equals to H. So sine 90 becomes 1. Cos 90 is B upon H, but B is tending to 0. So it will become 0. Tan 90 is P upon B. So that is P upon 0, which is not defined. That's why tan 90 is not defined. Understood? So now we could find the trigonometric ratio of 90 also. So sine 90 was 1, this was 0. Tan was not defined. Cosec is a reciprocal of sine. Sec is reciprocal of cosec. Cosec 90 is 0. Cos 90 is 0. The sec 90 will not be defined. And cot 90 will be 0 upon infinity. 0 upon infinity. Sorry. Reciprocal of tan. Tan is not defined. So 1 upon infinity. So 1 upon infinity is always 0. So now we know the values of 90 degrees also. So this is a very important thing. I've shown you the derivation of how we came with the 45, 30, 60, 0 and 90. Now let us try to we'll go. Okay. So now we know the three identities: sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1, sec square theta minus tan square theta is 1, cosec square theta minus cot square theta is 1, and we know all the trigonometric ratio values of 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. Now using that we have to solve all the sums. So basically very simple. I will take few sums quickly and then we will try to solve it. So they've asked you the value of sine 30 into cos 30. So sine 30 I know it is 1 by 2, cos 30 I know it's root 3 by 2. So answer is going to be root 3 by 4. I'll try to do the last one. They've asked you value of cos square 60 plus cos square, sec square 30 plus tan square 45. Correct? So cos 60 is 1 by 2, cos square 60 will be 1 by 4. Sec 30 is 2 by root 3. So sec square will be 4 by 3. Tan 45 is 1. So tan square 45 will be 1 square, which is 1. So this will be 12. So 3 plus 16 plus 12 upon 12. So this will be 28 plus 3, 31 upon 12. Okay. Let's try to go ahead. Let's try to solve this one. Tan 45 upon cosec 30 plus sec 60 upon cot 45 minus 5 sin 90 upon 2 cos 0. Okay. So we have to just apply. Tan 45 is 1, cosec 30 is 2, sec 60 is 2, cot 45 is 1, sin 90 is 1 and cos 0 is 1. So 1 by 2 plus 2 minus 5 by 2. That is 1 plus 4 minus 5 by 2. That is 0 by 2. Answer is 0. Okay. I think you'll be able to solve most of the sums here. Let's try to do question number 4, because it includes proving something. Left hand side equals to right hand side. So we have to prove sine of 2 into 30 degrees is equal to 2 tan 30 degrees upon 1 plus tan square 30. Okay. Let's try to do this. So sine 2 into 30 degrees is sine 60 degrees. So sine 60 degrees, the value is root 3 by 2. So this right hand side is root 3 by 2. Now let's find out this. So 2 tan 30 is 2 into 1 upon root 3. Tan 30 is 1 upon root 3. Tan square 30 is 1 upon 3. So it will be 2 upon root 3 upon 3 plus 1, 4. 4 upon 3. So this will be 2 upon root 3 into 3 upon 4. So which will be, I cut this. So this becomes 3 upon 2 root 3. So 3 I can write it as root 3 into root 3 upon 2 root 3. Root 3 gets cancelled. So this side also becomes root 3 by 2. So that's why we can say these two are equal. Okay. Let's try to do this fifth one. So what do they say in fifth one? We have been given a triangle. This is 90. This is A. This is B and this is C. These two sides are equal. Let us say they've given it as X. You have to find out the value of sine 45 degrees, cos 45 degrees and tan 45 degrees. Okay. Now since this is a right angle triangle, AC square will be AB square plus BC square, which is nothing but X square plus x square, which is nothing but 2x square, which means your AC will become square root of 2x square, which is square root 2x. Now this is 90. Now since these two triangles, these two sides are equal, this angle and this angle will be equal because it's an isosceles right angle triangle, because these two sides are equal. But and sum of these two angles is 90 because sum of all the angles is 180. So if the sum of two angles is 90 and they both are equal, which means this is 45 and this is 45, right? So sine 45 would be x upon root 2x, which is 1 upon root 2. Cos 45 will be adjacent upon hypotenuse, which will be again x upon root 2x, which is again 1 upon root 2. And tan 45 would be opposite upon adjacent, which will be x upon x, which is 1. Okay. Question number 7. What they're saying is, if sin x equals to cos x, sin x is equals to cos x, okay? And x is acute angle, then find the value of x. So, which means, can I say sin x upon cos x is 1, which means tan x, because sin x upon cos x is tan x. Achha, when does tan x become 1? I know that tan 45 degrees is 1, so x has to be 45 degrees, okay? If sec a equals to cosec a, and a lies between 0 to 90 degrees, they are given. The value of angle A lies between 0 to 90 degrees. Then you have to find out the value of A. This is the second part of the sum. So, can I say sec A is 1 upon cos A? Can I say cosec A is 1 upon sin A? If I take sin A here, it will become sin A upon cos A is 1. Sin A upon cos A is tan A is 1. If A is lying between 0 to 90 degrees and tan A is 1, tan A 1 कब होता है? जब angle 45 degrees होता है, मतलब A की value 45 degrees. Okay. Similarly, you can do tan theta upon cot theta. That's also okay. Then sin x equals to cos y. Write the relation between x and y. Both the angles x and y are equal. So they have given you sin x is equals to cos y. और दोनों acute angle है. So if I have seen in a triangle, sin 45 and cos 45, when we saw, both have the values of 1 by root 2. Which means, अगर इसकी value भी 1 by root 2 है, और इसकी value भी 1 by root 2 है, because दोनों same दिया हुआ है ना, वो एक ही possibilities में हो सकता है. कब? जब x equals to y बनेगा और वो 45 degrees बनेगा. Because sin 45 is also 1 and cos 45 also is 1 by root 2, sorry. So, which means x has to be 45 degrees and y has to be 45 degrees. Because sin 45 and cos 45 are same. So, you only at one angle, which is if they are acute, 45 degrees. So, 45 degrees is the answer. So, the relation between x and y is x is equal to y. If sin x equals to cos y, then x plus y equals to 45 degrees. No. If sin x equals to cos y, then we saw x equals to y equals to 45 degrees. Then x plus y has to be 90 degrees, right? So x plus y is 90 degrees. 45 plus 45. So this is false. Sin x equals to cos y, then x plus y is 45 degrees is a false statement. Let's try to go next. I think this exercise is over. So let's try to do the 11th sum, or let's try to do 9th sum. For any acute angle theta, you have to state whether sine theta increases or decreases as theta increases. So let us say we have seen, right, 0, 30, 60, 45, 60, 90. So let us say sine. Sine of 0 is 0. This is half. This is 1 by root 2. This is root 3 by 2. And this is 1. Correct? Which means between 0 to 90, so theta is acute. As theta increases, the value of sine also increases. So answer is sine theta increases or decreases as theta increases, it increases. Cos theta increases or decreases as theta increases. Let us see cos. Cos 0 is 1, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2, and cos 60 is 1 by 2, and cos 90 is 0. So in this case, when theta increases, the value of cos is actually decreasing. It is opposite to sine. So sine between 0 to 90, as theta increases, the value of sine also increases. But in terms for cos, as theta increases, the value of cos decreases. Tan theta increases or decreases as theta decreases. So let us say tan 0 is 0, 30 is 1 by root 3, 45 is 1, 60 is root 3, 90 is not defined. So as theta decreases, so theta is decreasing मतलब it is coming from here to here, है ना? वैल्यू यहाँ से डिक्रीज हो रही है ना, यहाँ से तो इंक्रीज होगा थीटा 0 से 90, 90 से 0 डिक्रीज होगा ना. तो जैसे एंगल डिक्रीज होता है, tan थीटा की वैल्यू क्या हो रही है, वो भी डिक्रीज हो रही है. So answer to this is tan theta increases or decreases as theta decreases. As theta decreases, tan theta also decreases. Sorry. So question number 11. We have been given the angle A is measuring 15 degrees. Angle A is measuring 50 degrees. Then we have to find out the value of cos 3A minus 2 cos 4A upon sin 3A plus 2 sin 4A. Right? So A is 15 degrees. So cos of 3A, can I write it as cos of 3 into 15 degrees? Cos of 4A, can I write it as 4 into 15 degrees? Sin of 3A, can I write as 3 into 15 degrees? And sin 4A, can I write it as 4 into 15 degrees? Okay. So cos 45 minus 2 cos 60 upon sin 45 plus 2 sin 60. Okay. So cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Sin 45 is 1 by root 2. And sin 60 is root 3 by 2. So this will become as 1 by root 2 minus 1 upon root 2 plus root 3. So this will become 1 minus root 2 upon root 2, 1 plus root 6 upon root 2. This will get cancelled. So answer should be 1 minus root 2 upon 1 plus root 6. So for this chapter, we'll end this session right now here. I'll continue in a short while after taking some lunch break, and I'll be back, and I'll try to solve more problems on exercise number B or C or D. I think that's a couple of more exercises in this chapter.